stop saying you don't sacrifice kids. Then you're not following a Druidic rite. Then you're not following a Celtic system. Okay? You're not following a Babylonian system. You're not worldwide, every culture sacrifices children on fire altars. Okay? Every culture. The Aztecs did it. Everybody did it. Aztecs mainly cut their hearts out, but they also drowned them and burned them. And every culture did it. Even the ancient Chinese had some of it going on. The Chinese were the first to stop it. I got to give them credit 5,000 years ago. So let's just act, because I always love the Wiccans send me emails and stuff, and they get real mad. And they say, Alex, quit saying we're Satanists and we that we sacrifice kids. Well, you're not really a Wiccan then. You're a modern, kind of bleached out fake one who just says that they, follow Mother Earth stuff and all this stuff. Fine, whatever. I'm not even saying you're a bad person. Let's just be honest about it. I'm not judging you. I'm just telling you at the bottom of the rat hole is the murder of children, and I don't like it. The exploitation of children. So that's coming up in the third hour. I'll play that 10-minute report and give commentary on it. We will premiere that here. So we should tweet out that we're going to show the Black Mass and fights. I don't know how you describe it. I mean, I came up with words. Satanists battle Christians in the streets of Connecticut. Satanists call for blood of Christians. I mean, these people are literally foaming at the mouth in a demonic rage. And I'm just saying. It's a good, I'm just saying. I'm not trying to act tough, folks. I'm not tough. I've had a broken leg in a fight, been in the hospital. I've had my butt kicked plenty of times. But if these Satanists got in my face for saying stuff, I'm telling you, I could not help it. I would definitely have punched them in the nose. And then they'd be like, look at the Christian being aggressive. You're calling for people's blood and saying your children belong to us. I mean, I just can't handle it anymore. Now, I'm not saying we should burn them at the stake or anything. I don't know, man. It's just out of control. Tie some waterlogged logs to them, throw them in the water, see if they sink. If they sink, it means they're innocent, but they die. If they float, they're a witch. A witch? A witch? I'm joking, folks. I'm not saying I can do that. I'm quoting Monty Python. The point is, we don't just air stuff because it's entertaining, but this is sensational. So we're going to play that coming up in the third hour and tied into Bohemian Grove and Luciferianism. What is Luciferianism versus Satanism versus pagan parties, which are just ubiquitous. Ubiquitous. They've had articles in Texas Monthly, with years ago with Democratic officials that go out and literally a bunch of women go out and howl at the moon and, do witchcraft. I mean, it's just that mainstream, folks. So it's all going to get broken down today. We're going to go to break, and I promise I'm going to come back and get into how they're going to kill the internet and how we can stop it. The plan to kill the internet uncovered. It's red linked up at Infowars.com, and I am begging you to get this out to friends and family and everybody else, because I got to be honest, no one even seems to know how it's being done. People all debate one little part or the other part. We're not just looking at the Hydra heads. We're looking at the necks and the body and the legs and the belly and the tail of what's doing this and what the end-game goal is. And it's an article Paul Watson and I put together last night and this morning. Worked on it last night and this morning. And we're going to be getting to that when we come back from break. Briefly, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot tell you enough how powerful super male vitality is. And it works on men and women. We do have a female version. That's actually a totally new formula coming out that's been tested on, well, Steiner's wife took it and some other guys' wives took it, and didn't even tell them to say it was, didn't give them placebo, said, hey, what do you think of this? And it just really gave them a lot of vitality. Energy, libido, workout, you name it. This is the most concentrated stuff out there. That, by the way, comes out next week. Female, super feminine vitality. A true fusion of herbs concentrated for female fusion. that is coming out next week. In fact, it gets delivered from the laboratory tomorrow. But we will sell no wine until it's time, to quote the late, great Orson Welles. Super Male Vitality is available right now with the 8 concentrated herbs and fruit extracts, totally organic, and your purchase funds the operation. So you really can't miss. Just order it. Know you're supporting the broadcast. We have a special right now, the Super Male Vitality with a Survival Shield, Nascent Iodine, where you save, I don't know, what is that, like 40% total off the regular cost? I mean, this is very expensive to produce. Leading competitors are twice this price and are not even organic from our research. InfoWarsLife.com, InfoWarsLife.com, or call toll-free 888-253-3139 and find the other InfoWarsLife.com products right there on the site. You can find the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, all the other products discounted at InfoWarsHealth.com, or again, call toll-free 888-253-3139. You've heard the rave reviews from listeners calling in unsolicited. Try it out. Take the challenge. That's a great idea. I'd like to be buried about 3 feet in the ground under an apple orchard. Plant a bunch of apple trees on top of me. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into how they plan to kill the internet. The plan to kill the internet uncovered. 10 ways the freedom of the World Wide Web is being dismantled. The internet has emerged as the most empowering tool of individual freedom since the Gutenberg Press, affording billions of people worldwide not only the tool of instant communication, but access to the wealth of liberating information, freedom from the chains of received consensus, and the opportunity to become their own media platform, as well as commerce and ideas. It's just across the board. This represents an ever-increasing threat to the status quo of the elite, which is why the establishment is working feverishly to dismantle the freedom granted by the World Wide Web in its current form. And we go through the death of net neutrality worldwide that's openly being announced. Number 2, intelligence agencies are manipulating internet with deliberate disinformation, and governments are paying trolls to sway public opinion. Media news websites are killing comment sections. The Obama administration's cognitive infiltration of the internet with Cass Sunstein to create disinfo, false flag cybersecurity attacks, FBI, CIA releasing worms on purpose to then bring the web down as a pretext for increased web regulation. Number 7, fairness doctrine for the internet is being openly announced. And the head of the FCC has said it's a plan to target libertarian media like Matt Drudge. Homeland Security's internet kill switch. Number 8, which they openly announced, they're putting the hubs in to do it. Just like Thailand just killed the internet, basically, for news under martial law. Number 9, new taxes and regulations set to stifle communications and sales on the web and to surveil it. Web IDs, SOPA and CISPA, and the FBI's internet backdoor. We should probably add a few bonuses at the end. The web ID they're pushing and a lot of other stuff. But that's the 10 big ways they're doing it. And actually, I talked about this with Paul. He did a transcript of some of what I said. We need to add Internet 2, where they create the fast lane internets, to quote Bush, internets. We need to add the 10, but then say, and incidentally, the last 2 are even more important. 2 bonus ones I'm going to call Watson. I want to get added. Internet fast lanes is net neutrality, but it's another way of doing it, where they build a, quote, new internet and then attack the old internet. That's the key to this whole article, is that they've created a new internet that's, quote, safe, but you don't have any rights on it because they're not attacking it, and then they just phase out the old one. And then Internet ID. And I know that's in there, but we need to really state the key to it, so people understand, is kill the old internet with all this weight, collapse it like they collapse societies, and then bring in their solution, just like they've collapsed Libya with al-Qaeda in the last 4 years. Now they're going to send in U.S. troops to take control of it and then have some fake skirmishes with the al-Qaeda groups they're openly funding. But the al-Qaeda will actually kill our troops. It's real. It's just the globalists are running both puppets. We'll be back with the second hour. Stay with us. Have a special guest joining us. Tons of news. We haven't even skimmed the surface. But I did cover a lot. I'd give us an A+ for that hour. Stay with us.
don't know what it is. Ralph just won't pay any attention to me. When he comes home from work, all he ever does is play video games and go to sleep. It's like I don't even exist.
Oh, Betty, that's just awful.
Does this seem familiar? If the answer to this question is yes, then listen carefully. Toxic pesticides, GMO foods and additives, BPA plastics, contaminated water supplies. Many of these toxic additives are deliberately engineered to attack and weaken human masculinity. It's part of the eugenics population control movement. Look it up. If men are more interested in online gaming than they are in their wives, a serious population crisis is soon to follow. Energize the man in your life with Super Male Vitality from InfoWarsLife.com. It's designed to aid the body in ways that help invigorate your natural systems without artificial testosterone, completely free of GMOs, harmful additives, gluten, and is made right here in the USA. Get your Super Male Vitality right now at InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.